So let me get this right. It's two things that Sony said that they're not going to compete with. Is the reason why Xbox is outselling PS5 in the US and Japan this past month or whatever. Xbox have sold 14,000 to PS5 11,000. Now it's two things that Sony told us to our face that they're not going to do. They're not going to compete with Call of Duty, and they're not going to compete with Game Pass. The most valuable gold mine that you can ever have on your console, you said that you're not going to do. Just the biggest Call of Duty. PlayStation Plus Premium needs to compete with Game Pass at a very high level, because come next year, 2023, it will be over for Sony if they don't make a decision. They need to go back to the drawing board. Jim Ryan and the other little cocky CEO that sits next to him in the office, and they come up with these little greedy, grimy, scheming, little shady exclusive deals that they love to do with their little creepy crawler fingers. Yeah, always backdooring Xbox. They really do need to compete. And you heard Uncle Phil and the boys over here at Xbox. You heard them on the green team. You heard what they said. If you want to compete, let's compete. But no, over here at Sony on the blue team, they said, may I say no? I would like a big order of no. How much? Oh, a little extra? No on top of that no. Like what? How are you gonna deny us two things that we asked for? And that's why the Xbox is outselling PS5 now. I told you guys this was gonna happen months ago. I said if they don't tighten up, they're going to lose this generation. Big. It may not be no coming back for PlayStation this time, for Sony. Because it seems like they're self-destructing, and it seems like if Sony goes under, they're taking PlayStation with them. So it's like they have a hole in the ship, it's sinking, and it's like, no, I'm taking PlayStation down with me. If I go down, PlayStation is going down with me, all because of greed, ego, and pride, bro. They refuse to compete with Call of Duty. We can't do it. It's gonna cost too much money. But you can go drop billions of dollars on buying Bungie. Cap. It's all cap, bro. All cap. We can't compete with Game Pass. It'll be too much. You mean tell me you can't drop multiplats on there? You've done exclusive deals behind Xbox back. You stopped games from coming to Game Pass, but you didn't bring them the PlayStation Plus Premium. What was the point of blocking the deal if you weren't gonna bring value to your own subscription service, Sony? You idiots. They are shooting themselves in the foot, bro. Like, it's like no convincing them. There's no compromising with Sony. There's no talking to them. There's no trying to reason with them. When someone is stuck in their ways, bro, you have to let them self-destruct. And that is sad, bro. This is a sad time to be in gaming if you are a huge PlayStation fan, because it's just toxic over there at Sony front office. Jim Ryan don't care about you. The only thing this man cares about is money, greed, billions. They're trying to pretend like they're all right, but every other day or every week you see a new article floods out in the media. They're doing blocking rights, or they're trying to block Call of Duty Activision deal. They're doing this, they're doing that. Toxic over there. If anything is that dysfunctional, I don't see how you get it right at the snap of a finger. It's too dysfunctional. Now Jim Ryan got a little sidekick over there. Oh yeah, he said it with his chest the other day. Oh boy. Oh, did he say it? Oh my goodness, I can't recall the guy's name. But over there, it's another guy that's worse than Jim Ryan at the front office at Sony. And I was thinking, and I always knew it. I even said it back then. I say, man, it ain't just Jim Ryan over there messing up Sony. It's somebody else bigger. I said, it ain't just him. That's one little pawn that's running around doing this. One little pony that's galloping around. But it's another one. And I said, man, it's another one over there that's bringing Sony down, man. I didn't know who it was. What they always say, all dark comes to light. Sure enough, this guy spoke it up. That Decepticon came out and said, you know, that Decepticon said, we wanna do a traditional. We wanna do the traditional release. Yeah, we're gonna release it like the movie theaters, like the big blockbuster movie theaters, and then come out on disc and Blu-ray and digital copies and subscription services. Comparing it to Netflix and AMC theaters and everything. Now you're going to compare it to that, right? You're going to compare it to that, but you're not really following that same strategy. You want to bring it out. You want to bring the game out on PS5, and then when it dies down and the well has ran dry, you're gonna try to force feed it to the PC gamers. And when it dies down and the well have ran dry, then you're gonna try to force feed it to the PlayStation Plus premium service, when it already have been milked for everything it got. Ain't no more milk for the rest of the cattle out there if you already milked it dry. You idiot. You can't squeeze more out of it if it's already dry, bro. Like, it's done. It's an orange that's you already juiced it to the bone. And that's what's going on over there at Sony, bro. Like, they just milking everything, cash grabbing and double dipping. They're trying to bring it out on PS5, milk it into the bone, to its bone dry, then shoot it over to PC gamers. They're gonna milk it to its bone dry, do all the game reviews and comparisons on it. Then they're gonna send it to the subscription service. Like, it's like cash grab. It's like cash grab, double dip. Like, it's like, bro, what are we doing? That's the strategy here? Really, Sony? Give me a break. Give me a break, Jim Ryan. Come on, man. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. I'm sorry. I refuse to let anyone convince me that Sony cannot compete with Game Pass or Call of Duty. All of these billion-dollar corporations, all of these millions and billion-dollar studios, they're pumping millions and billion dollars in, making all these high-quality premium graphics that they have been making for years, since day one. All of a sudden, that Xbox buys one game. That's the end of your competing cycle. You just completely throw both hands up and give up and say, you know what? I'm waving the white flag. I give up. I'm not going to compete anymore. We can't compete with Game Pass, and we can't compete with Call of Duty. We're not going to do it. Man, this is a sad day for Sony, boy. This is a sad day, bro. I told you guys this was going to happen. Eventually, it was going to happen. Xbox is outselling PS5 over there in Japan and the US. Two of their biggest markets, bro, are outselling their PS5. So you already know it ain't no joke. Uncle Phil and Xbox ain't messing around this generation. I've been telling you guys that over and over and over again, and you already know why. Xbox just have more value, bro. Yes, don't get me wrong. Sony have the quality. They have the AAA bangers, but they're not bringing that value. Then this article's coming out telling everybody they're not going to compete with Game Pass because they want to move in a different direction. Not that they don't have the money. Not that they can't afford to do even a AA or single A banger coming to PlayStation Plus Premium. They can here and there, they can have these little, indie games, or, third party, even if it's a third party game can come to PlayStation Plus Premium. They don't want to. Like they say, they want to do the old traditional release, the old premium traditional releases like they've been doing already. Comparing it to like how the movie theaters, how the movie goes to the theater and then it comes out on Blu-ray and then subscription and streaming services. Now, see, that's still kind of crazy that he would say that, because he kind of contradicting himself a little bit. Like he kind of juggling with it a little bit. Like he's kind of indecisive. Like, yeah, I kind of want to do it, but then I don't, because you said it yourself. You kind of want to double dip and do a cash grab. Yeah, that's what one of those Decepticons over there at Sony's front office next to Jim Lion Ryan. They're both in there cooking up something, some more dirt, some more grimy, scheming, low-down deals they can do behind Xbox, Nintendo, and cloud gaming back. Whoever else that's coming up in the gaming industry. Oh yeah, they have a lot more exclusive deals they're working on. But this is the reason why they're working on them. The reason why they're working on them is because they're working on double dipping. Double dipping is when you basically release it on PlayStation, and when it gets old, it ran its course, it's not selling anymore, then it comes to PC. Make more money on top of that. That's what he's saying, keeping old games alive. Double dipping, cash grabbing remakes. So this is what he believe in. That's pretty much their strategy. That is Sony's strategy, double dipping, bro. Like, okay, we get all of that. You want to believe in generations, but you don't believe in generations because you're sending all your AAA bangers to PC. Then now Xbox is outselling you over there in Japan, off in your own hood, you Decepticonic. Do you not see what's going on? Jim Ryan is this is just all mismanaged on Sony's side right now, bro. This is the worst management I ever seen over there at Sony. You want to double dip? You got Xbox on the rise, bro. If let me throw you another bone. Xbox ain't got no games. That's all you keep hearing, right? This whole entire year, y'all ain't got no first party games. Now they don't count multiplats. Even if it's a AAA banger multiplat, like something like Call of Duty, they don't count those. What they count is first party. Halo, Gears, Forza, Hellblade. They only count those. Starfield, Redfall. They only count those. So it's like, how do you count something that you probably not even giving it a try yet? You probably haven't even tried it yet. Xbox ain't got no games. Xbox ain't got no games, but it's still outselling PS5 over there in Japan and in the US. Now, all of the other places, I don't know. It's too many benchmarks to go over, and revenues. But the point that I'm trying to make is, you can see the direction that Xbox is going in, and Sony don't like it, and they're trying to hold the gaming industry hostage by holding up this whole Call of Duty Activision deal, because they have been glorified as this AAA banger making company for so long, and no one can say anything to Sony now. You can't really work deals out with them. Crossplay is a problem with stuff like Fortnite, and I think even Call of Duty. They're charging studios and developers, charging them more money to add crossplay. Bro, why would you even need to add? People already have to pay to play online already. Everything's not free to play. Only certain games are free to play. But why are you charging for crossplay? You see the greedy and the griminess that Sony does? Does that sound like a company it have the best interest for their fan base? Like, really? Do you really think they have their best interest in you? Like, they really support the gamers and the gaming community? The only ones believe it is the fanboys. For some odd reason, they're lost. But we're gonna leave them lost right now. We're gonna leave those ponies and those fanboys lost right now. Because we got Uncle Phil over here at Xbox doing big things for us, that's bringing us value, that's not going to tear their own face, tear their own fan base down. Those Decepticons at Sony front office over there, doing price hikes, charging $70 a pop, $70 a game, bro. You know how aggravating that's got to be to have a PS5 every time? Like, what if you just having a bad month or a bad couple months and you just like, man, I'm really tired of playing this game. I'm really tired of paying this $70 game. And some games, we all can agree, some games aren't even worth $70, bro. They're not even close. Some should be 40, 30, 50. That's about it, tops. Some of them aren't even worth it. 14, they're bragging about 1440p. We playing, if you're paying a premium price tag, we want to see 4K, we want to see 2060p, and you wonder why Xbox is outselling PlayStation. They're outselling Sony, man. This is why. All of the anti-consumer deals, all of the cash grabs, all of the greedy, grimy, schemy, shady little backdoor deals, gonna steal Spider-Man away from the Xbox community, but they don't want Xbox to steal Call of Duty away from the PlayStation community. You know, like I always was told, man, if you're gonna dish it, man, you gotta be able to take it. And that's something that Jim Crying Ryan just can't do. This man cannot take his own medicine. He can't. He'll spit it out every time. He's crying to the board, stop the steal. Stop the steal, stop this deal. We don't need this Call of Duty Activision deal going through that 30%. We want it. We don't want to give that to our competitors. The person that we're going up against is Xbox and Nintendo and everybody else in the cloud gaming services now. That's on the rise. That's the new movement. That's the new wave. And you mean to tell me you don't want to pretty much support PlayStation Plus Premium that the fans are asking for, but you see Google, Amazon, Game Pass, Nintendo, I think is even talking about coming out with a cloud gaming service if it's not already out. I don't know much about Nintendo deals, but one thing I do know, Nintendo and Xbox ain't messing around. So if Sony keep doing these little grimy little scheming deals, raising prices, making people feel low, like why do we gotta keep suffering to play a plastic box, bro? Doesn't make sense. It's like you gotta choose, you gotta pick and choose what you're gonna sacrifice just to pay $70 for a game, a plastic disc or a digital copy, for plastic that can melt in 1 second and fire hit it. Like I said, man, Sony's shooting herself in the foot by putting the wrong leadership in their front office and making it look bad. You know, I was listening to, I don't know if it's a podcast or something. Do you know what people are out here doing? They're switching over to Xbox because of Jim Ryan. They say they're tired of him crying. They're tired of Jim Ryan crying, bro. It's making them look bad, and they don't have no defense for that. It's like it's too childish up there. It's like they're misguided. Their strategy is double dipping. We're gonna bring the game out like we've normally been dropping games, right? But we're not gonna support our basically streaming subscription service. But we're gonna, instead of supporting PlayStation Plus Premium, sending it there, we're gonna send it to PC and let it run its course. Milk the PC gamers back over here to Sony, then come back to Sony and maybe put on a subscription service when the hype has died down. Like in 2 or 3 years, bro, the hype is gonna die down. It's gonna be way too many more games coming out. So that's why you should drop one, bring one out the normal way, drop one on there, bring one. That way you can mix everything in and you're not losing as much as you say you're losing, you know. And from what I'm hearing, they're spending more money doing this little strategy than just dropping games day one. So why are you're so prideful that you don't want to feel like you're copying Xbox, but that's your competitor, but you're doing exclusive deals to block games from coming to Game Pass, but you don't want to send those games to your PlayStation Plus Premium service. So if you are going to if you are going to block games from coming to Game Pass, why aren't those games coming to PlayStation Plus Premium? Won't that make more sense? Okay, if I'm gonna block something from coming to your subscription service on Game Pass, I'm gonna make it come to my subscription service, not just completely block it and then try to make $70 off of something that you know that's not worth it. And if the game don't do well, then we try to double dip, send it to PC, and then make that extra, cash flow grabbing money over there with the PC gamers, because you know they're hype. All the PS5 games are coming to PC. PS5 ain't got no games to themselves no more. You talking about Xbox ain't got no games. That was the gold mine. That is Sony gold mine. PlayStation is their gold mine. And once that don't have that value there anymore, people are turning their eyes and kind of glancing over there at Xbox. These diehard fans that's doing that now, they're killing the value to diehard gamers. Because the casual gamer is already pretty much going to go where the best value at anyways. And that's why Xbox is outselling PlayStation, because they're going to the value. Things are just costing way too much. Inflation, cost of living, your housing, cars, all these payments, all these other payments that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. You can't live, and try to please Sony pockets, because those Decepticons don't care about you. They just don't care, bro. All you can say, all you can holler who all you want to, is just business, it's just business. Of course, all the fanboys are going to say that, because they're playing for the blue team. They want to see Sony win. They want to, if they can just wipe Nintendo and Xbox off the map and probably only have PC and PlayStation, they would do it. They would eliminate Nintendo and Xbox. But see, the bad thing about that is there won't be any competition. So you won't be pushed to do better. You won't be pushed to make these games better, the graphics better, the performance better, the mechanics better. You're not pushed because you don't have anybody competing with you. That's the point that the gaming community is trying to make all of the fanboys see, that you don't want competition, but at the same time you should want competition. Like the Sony opponents, they're listening to everything Jim Ryan says. I guarantee if Sony lose this generation, guess who fault it's going to be? Somehow, some way, it's not even going to be Sony fault. They don't see nothing wrong that Jim Ryan is doing, the bad deals. If Sony just goes under with the whole, just take PlayStation down this generation, because that's what's happening. The more you go up on prices, the more you're pushing people out the door to go look at something else, right? Kind of like if you're going to shop for a car, but the other car salesman, you just left the one dealership, and at first they weren't going to work a deal out with you. They was like, no, we want top dollar for this car. We ain't coming down on the price. Then you leave to go to the other car lot. Then the dealership hits you up. They hurry and get you, reel you back in, right? That's what's going on right now. Xbox is reeling them in because a new deal, more value, seems better than where I'm at right now. It's a premium. Yes, it's a premium experience, but man, it's hard to deny that Xbox Game Pass right now. And we already know what's coming. We already can see it. The gaming community, the casual gamers can already see how lit Xbox is about to be come 2023 and out. Sony don't have a plan outside of that. This was God of War. God of War is it. God of War is going to have to last them for the next 2 years. You're going to have hype around God of War for like at least the next 2 years until Spider-Man drop and Wolverine. And after that, then what? I mean, I really hope they got something from what I'm hearing. Since Xbox is outselling PS5 right now already, the numbers are about to double. Game Pass numbers are about to double. It's going to be more like around 40 million subscribers probably at the end once this Call of Duty Activision deal goes through. And they flood, I'm talking about they flood Game Pass with all of those games, all of Bethesda games that's coming, all the other third-party games, first-party games that's coming, bro. You don't think Sony is scared? You don't think Jim Ryan is pulling his hair out? the little bit of hair that he does got. You don't think that pony is going crazy over there at Sony's front office? Because we already know. We already can see it. Y'all already know it. Y'all know I'm not capping about this, man. Like, Sony is down bad, bro, in these gaming streets. And it ain't that I want them to lose, because I love PlayStation. I just don't like the leadership. It's like whatever we ask for, whatever we say, it's like they deny everything. Deny. You try to go get a new job. Deny. No, you can't. You're fired before you hired. Like, come on, man. Like, give us something. Bring us some type of value, Sony. Like, you have fans over here, and I know it's getting back to the front office, because now they're starting to respond to it. And they're trying to find these little cracks to squeeze through to deny us and say, no, we're not going to support PlayStation Plus Premium. You don't think they hear all these bloggers and vloggers and the big gamer community keep saying, what is going on with PlayStation Plus, bro? Y'all hyped it up. Oh my goodness. After that little kitty cat game came out, that was dead. Dead on arrival. You don't hear nobody talking about that no more. They was hyping that game up like it was the second God of War game. I was like, a kitty cat? Oh, it's better than Halo and Forza put together in Gears. It's better than everything on Xbox. You know, they like to call you like a robot. You know what I'm saying? They get in their feelings real quick. So you gotta be real delicate with the ponies. You know, the little rainbow horseshoes galloping. And you know, the crazy thing about this is that Sony only got to do one simple thing to fix all of this. Well, maybe two. They could do two things that could fix all of this, but they refuse to do it. So they're going to continue to be shady, greedy, grimy, backdoor, exclusive deal kidnapping, stealing Spider-Man away from Xbox. And they thought it was cute to do all these little exclusive deals with Final Fantasy, Resident Evil, DLCs, microtransactions, making all of these Harry Potters, stealing all these little exclusive deals. Even the new Call of Duty got an exclusive deal with PS5 now. It was cute, but they don't see they're wrong. See, that's the only thing that I have an issue with. If you're gonna dish it, you're gonna have to be able to take it. So it's okay when Jim Ryan does it to Uncle Phil, but if Uncle Phil does it back, now it's a problem. They don't want Xbox to succeed. They don't want them to, you know, prosper. They want them to be trapped in a little box and just, you know, kind of go duck and hide in the corner, kind of like the whole entire Xbox One generation. And this is a different, bro. Xbox is outselling PS5. If that's not enough proof that this is a different generation, you ain't never gonna see it, because you don't want to see it. Like, at this point, you just brainwashed at this point. Like, if you can't see that Xbox is really competing with Sony this generation, what rock are you living under right now? You don't see all these big deals, and they're not gonna pump the brakes. Uncle Phil already said it over there at Xbox. Say, man, I ain't pumping the brakes. What for? Take Tools of the world, the Embracer Group. You got Sony still buying up stuff. You got, I think, Facebook, Meta, and all of them. They're finna start buying up stuff. You got Apple finna get into gaming, probably even bigger. They already have everything going over there for Apple, man. Those trillionaires over there ain't messing around either. So you don't think everybody's sitting back waiting to see, like, man, if Sony make one more wrong move, they may be selling off PlayStation, bro. Like, for real. They may have to sell that brand off if they make one more bad, terrible mistake, bro. If it's anything, because they already you seen what happened in the PS3 era, how they almost went under, how that ship almost sunk. You know, so they had to make a move then. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen once all of those AAA bangers start hitting Game Pass, bro? Jim Ryan. Jim Ryan don't know what to do, man. This guy is going crazy right now. See, he kept focusing on the wrong stuff, though. You know, you worrying about, like I said before, you have way bigger things to worry about, bro. way bigger things to worry about than trying to block on Xbox. Like, what are you doing? Like, your main focus isn't getting better. It's like their focus is, how can I be more greedier, grimier? How can I double dip and give you something old and make money off of it? That's their strategy. It's like, I'm gonna burn this game out. Like let's, for example, let's use God of War. God of War come out. They're gonna burn that game out. Then they're gonna wait till the sales drop down. Then they're gonna send it to PC. They're gonna burn that game out. Sales gonna go down, and then they're gonna throw it on the service. Which is, how's that bringing you value? Because now the game is burnt out. Nobody want to subscribe to your service because you don't milk the game for everything it's got. Every interview is going to come out, every gameplay, every review. Once God of War come out, they are going to milk this game bone dry, bro. It ain't going to be nothing left for God of War. Like, this may be the last God of War because they're going to milk it so hard. Like, it's going to be like, what's the point? At this point, all of those AAA bangers that came out, ain't nobody hyping them up anymore. That's on PS5. What game are they hyping up besides God of War? God of War overshadowed Horizon, overshadows Gran Turismo. Nothing. God of War is it. Once this die down and that well runs dry, it's over for Sony, and they know it. Once Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal goes through, and they still start to steal all of their fans away, they're gonna wish they had listened to us. They're gonna be like, man, you know what? I hope they remember this too. All you had to do was a couple simple things. Was listen to the biggest content creators, the gaming community, on what we asked for. Simple as that. If we're asking for something, it's a reason why. We're not asking for our health. We're asking to make PlayStation better. We're not trying to hurt it. Okay, if we was trying to hurt it, we would say, oh man, y'all need to do away with that PlayStation Plus. Just X that out, man. Take that off the service. Don't compete with Game Pass. Now that would be doing them a disservice, but we don't want to do that. We want to see competition out here because we have more fun when it's competition. You know, the media have more fun, you know, out here in this gaming street. So we don't want to see them fail. We just want to see them do better. You know, we don't want to see gamers hurt, and we got to pick and choose what our pockets can afford. A plastic box. Then we got to choose. Do you want value or do you want premium? If you want premium, you know, you want that premium experience, that AAA banger experience, you're going to have to pay a premium price. And that don't sound, does that sound attractive to you? If you're in the store right now, you're in Walmart, Target, Best Buy, you got a PS5 in front of you, an Xbox with all these hundreds of games on Game Pass, and you got a PS5 that's like $1,000 and a $70 game. Remember, every other game is going to be $70. Which one looks better to you at this point? And you got all of those AAA bangers coming day one to Game Pass. There's no way I'm buying a PS5, bro. If you're thinking I'm trying to save money, and who don't like to save money? Except one group of people, ponies. They'll pay $1 million just to prove a pointless point. They're messing up gaming. They're messing it up. They're messing the gaming industry up. It makes me sick. It disgusts me. It disgusts me. They're asking for games to come to Game Pass. Wow. You're mad. You're in your feelings because we asked for games to come to Game Pass, bro. Because we want a better value. The same thing that we asked for Sony to do, and they said no. I'm gonna say it one more. Those Decepticons said no. We're not competing. We're not competing. But guess what? The fans, the gaming community is gonna keep asking because you're looking real down bad right now, Jim Ryan. Oh, you're looking sick. You can see those little bags under his eyes right now. This man ain't getting no sleep. No sleep because he's stressed. He's stressed. He needs help. He might need to call Dr. Fix It again. I really think he should. Cause this man needs some help. Call 1-800-DOCTOR-FIX-IT, Jim Ryan, because you're gonna need him. Cause I don't know what to tell you, bro. But your ship is going down. And it's going down fast. And you're trying to take PlayStation with you, Sony, and we don't want that to happen because they have such a long history of all these AAA bangers, all these classic games, all these good memories throughout the years of back in the 90s to the 2000s that we experienced with Sony. And it's sad to see PlayStation go out like this, man. It's starting to leave a really bad taste in everybody's mouth, bro. Like, it's not even cute no more, Jim Ryan. It's just like, it's disgusting now, bro, to even watch. It's sickening to watch now. It's like, what do they do? Are they trying to purposely destroy a classic legendary console over money and greed? Like, money and greed have overshadowed their own fan base, what they're asking for. I never seen Sony this cocky to look us in our diehard fans that love PlayStation. I don't care about Sony. That love PlayStation, that they brought because of all the gaming creators, all the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into that console. And these idiots looked in our face and they said, no, we're not going to compete with Call of Duty or Game Pass. That's two things that they said are not going to compete with. And I'm going to leave it right there, guys. Make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you guys can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news off here in these gaming streets. And if you would like to jump into the PlayStation ecosystem or the Xbox ecosystem, click the links down in the description. I got it. Thank you. Peace.